So today we are going to talk about drowning. What is it? What actually happens when someone is drowning? I'm sure everyone is aware of this concept. I mean, we're talking of drowning, right? So drowning is the process of experiencing respiratory impairment from a submersion or immersion in a liquid. The thing is, you can survive drowning and still say you drowned. What do I mean by this? If you are going through the process of drowning and you are rescued at any time, it's called non-fatal drowning. But if you die as a result of the drowning process, it's called, of course, fatal drowning. So for many of you that have gone through this drowning process at some point in your life, maybe in a pool, lake, or even your village stream, you can actually say that you have drowned before, only that you live to tell it, which is the non-fatal drowning. So every year there are 370,000 drowning deaths worldwide, with children under age of 5 the most affected. Well, first, drowning isn't how you see it in a movie, where someone is thrashing and calling and yelling for help. It's actually a more silent act when the person's mouth sinks below the water and reappears again as they are trying to breathe. When they can no longer hold their initial breath and start to hyperventilate, they might start to aspirate water, triggering what is called laryngospasm. This is when a person's vocal cords spasms, blocking their airways and protecting their lungs. I mean, this is our body's way of trying to protect our organs from fluid. But then, while doing this, it makes yelling and calling for help really harder to do. So since the person can't take in any fresh air, their oxygen supply starts to fall, potentially leading to a condition called hypoxia. This is where there is not enough oxygen reaching the body's tissue. And eventually, as the person becomes unconscious, there's a relaxation of the airways. Then, of course, their lungs starts to fill with water. Depending on how long a person has been submerged underwater, there are varying amounts of damage that can occur. There's a 2013 study that says that the likelihood of surviving little or no brain damage after a person has been submerged underwater for at least 10 minutes was significantly low. And of course, we know lack of oxygen can also trigger something called cardiac arrest. There's also something called delayed drowning. This is when you are saved after a while of being submerged underwater. But after some time, your lungs still starts to fill up with water, even though you are awake. This can still suffocate or drown a person that has been brought out of the water. So the best things you can do to avoid drowning, besides staying out of water, of course, is to play it safe. 1. Never swim alone. 2. Wear a life jacket when you're on a boat. Don't get carried away when you are inside water. Thank you so much for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I always say, if you like to know things, follow my video.